Again, sorry guys for the stream interruptions. Just I've had a Wi-Fi interruption, so sorry about that. Anyway, the picks in the title are before the asterisk sign are the ones that I have already made during the past hour when I was trying to get in a full stream for the picks. Um, Now I'm back, and let's just recap what we've talked about already. Kansas City Chiefs will be the first team to win today. Tom Brady did win the first game at Munich. It's Brady and Mahomes that are going to win the first two games at Munich. So Chiefs all the way. The Bills could potentially be tied on top of the AFC East. The New York Jets are going to be a half game back of the NFC East after Monday Night Football. The Raiders is going to march at 53. The New York Jets should be 5-3 before facing Las Vegas. So that's easy right there. And also Glendale, Arizona is Camacho 72. Kansas City will be 7-2 before their Super Bowl 57 rematch against Philadelphia the very next week. So New York Jets are easy pick. So are the Chiefs. And there's going to be a lot of 2-6 action this week as well. Jordan Love is going to be 2-6. The LA Rams are going to stay alive in the playoff picture. I like Jordan Love to be 2-6 for the season. Packers are 2-6 without Aaron Rodgers. With Jordan Love, and it's 2 wins in first 8 games. And you mentioned the fact that it's the New York Jets in abbreviations. That's Gabacha 28. So right there, Packers could be 2-6 with Jordan Love. Just what are they going to be without Aaron Rodgers? With Jordan Love, well, Jordan's Gamache 26. Packers opponents are going to be 2-6 against him. Also, the Packers fought a 1-3 at home. LA is 13. The LA Rams pack is Gamache 13. Green Bay is going to be 1-3 at home. It should be rather self-explanatory. So anyway, the Rams going to get the win there. I like the Panthers to get 2 straight home wins. Ultimately, it's Bryce Young that's going to get 2 straight wins. The Panthers are going to be 2-6 when it's all said and done. This is going to kind of lead up to what I'm going to talk about with the draft order. The Colts can fall to 3-6, and they could be going for 3-7 against the Patriots the following week. So the defense was great last week against a quarterback that was throwing 300 yards. That's looking very good for a rookie. Defense going to hang in there. The Colts offense not going to be great forever. Backup quarterback still producing, but I like Carolina to win that one. They had the Texans offense they didn't have any problems with. And the Bears to beat the New Orleans Saints. Everything is kind of intertwined with the record for the Saints. The Saints can be 5-4. They can, well, they would be going for 6-4 over at Minneapolis, Minnesota in a couple of weeks by beating the Bears and traveling to Minneapolis. Minneapolis, Minnesota is 64, but let me first put in the pick for the Saints. It is Derek Carr that came over from Vegas. Vegas is 54. The Saints are 5-4. They can go for 6-4 over at Minneapolis, Minnesota in abbreviations. It's New Orleans Saints that's Gematria 64. It's also Minneapolis, Minnesota that's Gematria of 64, which kind of lead us up to with the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings have Hall at quarterback, and they just signed Josh Dobbs, and these are your Viking quarterbacks over at Atlanta. And just the Falcons are at home. They got to keep pace with the Saints. They're also in the wild card hunt. Falcons gonna get the win. Pretty much the Falcons. If they beat the Cardinals on November the 12th, they could be 6-4 before the Saints. Remember, New Orleans Saints is Camacho 64, but if they beat the Vikings and they lose at the Cardinals, then they could easily be 5-5 because of the fact that State Farm Stadium is Camacho 55. So depending on what happens the next week against the Cardinals, just the Falcons are gonna get a win this week. Cardinals and Browns. Now, DeShaun is not the main narrative there. Arizona's going to be 2-7. It's also Arizona, the first and the 26th letter that equals 27 in Gamache. And ultimately, I don't care who starts at quarterback for the Cardinals. I could care less if it's Clayton Tune. They're winning the game with their defense because their coach is a defensive coach. Gannon is born at Cleveland, and it'd be his first road win at the Browns. I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, the Cardinals get Buda Baker back. They're getting healthier in some other positions, including quarterback. I don't know what's going to happen with Jonathan Gannon this week. This Ignacio, whatever his name is, the undrafted running back from TCU, he's looking pretty good. So yeah, first road win at the Browns. Jonathan Gannon, born at Cleveland. Browns are gonna start losing. The Browns jumping out of the playoffs is gonna kind of allow the Jets to leapfrog themselves into the AFC picture. So the pick there, that is the upset of the week. And remember what I said about Super Bowl 59. Murray's Camacho 33. It's Cleveland that's Camacho of 78 and 33. I like Murray to start, but even if it's Tune instead, Cardinals going to win this game on the back of their defense. Cardinals going to championship 78 years later, but the coach born at Cleveland, St. Ignatius High School, Jesuit school there, he gets the win back at home. His first road win as NFL head coach. I think I already said Panthers there. Yes, I did. Already said Jets. I explain why. I will go with the Bills. It could be a revenge game, obviously, for what happened in the postseason, but and it does nothing to my confidence at all for the Bills to win the AFC, even if they lose, to fall to 5-4, because Vegas is 54 and Bills is Gamache 54. But again, 6-3 is Gamache Buffalo. And just looking at that game against the Jets, it could be 6-3 and enter the Jets game with a 7-3 record. Kind of 73 is the Camacho Packers, where Aaron Rodgers is from. Packers Camacho 73. So, I mean, number one in point differential. Let's see, away from home, the Bills 1-2 away from home. It's Joe. That's Camacho of. Let's see. Well, they're not away at New York Jets. I don't really like Jets and abbreviations that much. However, the Bills are on the road. Their next road game is at the Eagles. The Bills would have to improve the 2-2 on the road, so they could be 2-2 when they travel to the Eagles. So Sunday Night Football, the Bills and the Dolphins are tied. This is going to lead up to the Jets going for a half game out Monday Night Football, and they take on the Chargers. So I'll go with the Bills to win there. And let's see Cincinnati's home record. You never know if the Bengals go 3-1 at home because of Steelers having Camacho at 31. So there's potential there. I mean, let's just look at the Bengals there. There may be a fight into the last playoff spot with the Jets. They could fall to 4-4, and they'll be 5-4 after they beat the Texans. So there shouldn't be any problems there. We'll see. They got some tough games coming up, and it's going to make or break the Bengals this year. Plus the Bills being 6-3. I mean, Aaron Rodgers 63 and then 7-3 before facing off against the Jets. I kind of like that there. First pitch about to start. I need to order a pizza. Let me hurry up before this freaking stream interrupts again. I hope Cowboys Eagles get that in there before the bullshit comes. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I'm going with the Eagles. Dak will fall to 8-4 versus Philly. Lose the game away. The Cowboys are going to lose a very scripted game. Their conference record is going to be 2-3, like Buffalo. After they lose to Jalen Hurts, because Hurts is going to 23, and the Cowboys going to make it to Las Vegas and win the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys will be 6-3 the next week in the year that they improve to 6-3 in the Super Bowl. So Eagles are going to win. Also, the last game for the Cowboys was against the Rams. The Rams is Camacho 84. The Cowboys' last championship was at Arizona. The Eagles were the last NFC representative over at Arizona. So Dak is going to fall to 8-4 against the Eagles in this game. And it doesn't make a difference. And obviously, the Eagles face off against the Chiefs next. So let's take a look there. The Eagles can be 7-1 before facing off against the winner of the Super Bowl over at the city of Glendale. City of Glendale is Gamache 81. It's also Cardinals that's Gamache 81. So everyone keeps saying this team gets lucky. They'll probably lose. Eagles improved to 8-1. And the Eagles improved to 4-0 at home. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl exactly 40 months after Dak's ankle injury against the Giants for their 40th playoff win. So remember, Super Bowl 58, Cowboys 5 wins, Eagles 8 wins. Dallas is 13. 1 loss for the Eagles, 3 for the Cowboys. Eagles is 22. They're trying to make it 2 losses for the Eagles and 2 for the Cowboys. Although a Cowboys win would make things very interesting. Although it does reinforce that same narrative. Oh, it's only the Giants. It's only the Panthers. It's only the Commanders. Maybe November Thanksgiving's going to be a fun game to go bet on with Dan Quinn, obviously being a former Seahawks defensive coordinator, all that. So, they can't beat the Eagles, or they can't beat the Niners, or they can't beat the Bears. It'll be a close game, though. It will. And also, the Cowboys' Super Bowl record is 5-3. Okay, Commanders played the Eagles very tough. I think the Patriots are kind of reeling after the last week. I think the home records is going to be something to look out for. Home and away records. This is one of the let's see what it leads up to with the upcoming game against the Seahawks. Let's see what Geno Smith equals in the calculator. Geno's 41-23. Okay, Las Vegas 23. That's why Seahawks are back in the playoffs again. Redskins is 36. I could call it 3-6. Patriots point differential. Let's see. Yeah, nothing standing out there too obvious in this game. The Patriots haven't won a game against the NFC this year. This be the game. You know what? It's going to be Ron Rivera. Go to Ron Rivera quickly. Yeah, they trade Chase Young. I mean, other guys can be disposable, and they could actually go out and try to win games or not. Well, he could get his 26 win against Mac Jones. It's Mac that's Gematria of 26, isn't it? Mac Gematria 26? No, Mac is 17. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, Mac Jones Gematria 26. He can get his 26th win against the Patriots. Talk about Ron Rivera. It's also New England that's 45, and they can improve the 4-5 this year. It's New England that's Gematria 45. So it's one we need to look in a little bit more. But I'll just say right now, Washington, they did play tough against the Eagles, and they have a new owner, so maybe they kind of stay competitive, lingering in the playoff hunt. They have a tiebreaker over the Falcons if the Falcons end up losing the division, whatever that seventh spot. So I'll probably have to give the edge to Washington in that game. Falcons to beat the. I said Falcons already, did I? Anyway, Falcons gonna win. Backup quarterback. Falcons and the Saints are both over 500. These are the teams competing that division, and as much as I like to see the Texans lose the ball to 3-5 because the Texans come out to 35. That's also Gamache of uh, Tom Brady, and that's where the Buccaneers can fall to 3-5 without Tom Brady. So one of these teams is going to fall to 3-5. However, when you're looking at it, I should say the Texans, not the Texas. 3 wins in 8 games without Tom Brady. Ultimately, uh, looking at Houston, their next game. Let me see. The Texans are at home till. I mean, it is true that it is cards at Camacho 45, and then they could easily enter the Cardinals game with a 4-5 record. So the right there, C.J. Stroud. Stick with the Buccaneers, 3-5 without Tom Brady. Everything's all about Tom Brady, so never in doubt. Never in doubt. Let's see. Antonio Pierce is coach of the Giants now. And Antonio Pierce used to play for the New York Giants. Look at how rigged that was. Pierce is Gamache of Vegas. Pierce is Gamache of Raiders. So he gets that chance. I mean, yeah, Giants are beleaguered. The Giants could fall to 2-8 for the season when they lose at the 28th state of Texas before the Cowboys win the Super Bowl 28 years later. I like the Raiders to win that game. I think the Giants are woefully incompetent. I think Max Crosby and Jacobs and Devontae Adams, I mean, these guys are free. Antonio Pierce has passion, everything involved with it, motivation, passion. These guys gonna have some fun again. I'm gonna go with the Raiders to defeat the Giants. This rookie O'Connell is gonna get his first win. Are they starting Aiden O'Connell? What's Camacho Purdue? Purdue is 31. I don't see anything with 31 quite there yet. Who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback? Aiden. Aiden O'Connell is also Camacho Pierce, which is Camacho 56. O'Connell's Camacho at 36. The Raiders could be 3-6. However, it is Purdue, that's 31, and the Raiders could be 3-1 at home. So 3-6, the bottom of the 36th state, or just the Raiders are going to improve the 3-1 at home with O'Connell. Just everything's kind of it's gonna. Let's see. They go to New Jersey next, face off against the Jets. That's East Rutherford. Let's see that. Sometimes you have to go outside the numbers. Sometimes that's what it's pointing to. Just he's a bad coach, McDaniel's, and this team is so much better than what McDaniel's has been putting out. So Brian Table is incompetent with this quarterback hot because running back or the quarterback doesn't know how to get the field goal in before halftime in that game against the Bills, and then he throws that tablet or whatever, just completely clueless. So Brian Dable is Gematria 45, and I think the Raiders can improve to 4-5, and Brian Dable is even more beleaguered. So yeah, it'll just show how incompetent he really is. So yeah, did the Commander game. That one may be subject to change. Saints, Chiefs, Falcons, Packers, Texans, Cardinals, Panthers, Raiders, Eagles, Jets, Bills, Titans, Steelers, and the Seahawks, Ravens. Now, what stands out right off the bat is the Titans has Camacho 35, and they're starting a rookie quarterback this upcoming week and could fall to 3-5. His name is Will Levis from Kentucky. On a short week to prepare, on a short week, Pittsburgh would be pretty embarrassing if they don't get a win against this guy on a short week. Not that Levis is a scrub or anything, but the fact that it's a rookie with only 3 days to prepare. So there, you gotta go with the Steelers. I mean, Steelers are gonna linger around in the. They can beat the mediocre teams. They can't beat the great teams. And well, that Ravens game was rigged. They were point shaving when they were skipping the field goal there. So that was a scripted game there. Mike Tomlin always has a winning record. So Steelers it has to be. Just look at the record of the quarterback there, a kid from Pittsburgh. Well, he went to college ball at Pittsburgh. That's why I say Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett. Oh, they put that infield in. Funny how he has 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Tennessee's Camacho 54. He could be 2-2 against the AFC South. That's Levis. That's Camacho 22. Will Levis is 42. 4 games, 2 wins. Remember, the Pittsburgh defense had a big in week 2 against the Browns. So Pittsburgh Steelers going to win. Yeah, they might be good. We'll see. We'll see. This game is going to make or break Pittsburgh. It's going to make or break this team if they end up making the playoffs or not. So I went through every game except Seahawks and Ravens. Geno Smith against Lamar Jackson. Now, if the Seahawks win, they'd be 3-1 on the road. They could be 4-1 on the road. They beat the Rams at Los Angeles, California, because Los Angeles, California is 41. There is value on the Seahawks to win away at Baltimore. This would make the AFC North interesting if the Ravens lose and you have the Bengals potentially go into kind of get back in this division race. The Browns to be in last place, obviously. Just they already beat the Lions on the road, and they could beat the Ravens on the road. I mean, the thing of is that Jackson is Camacho 73, and I think Baltimore is going to be 7-3 at this point. It's do they lose against the Seahawks or do they lose against the Browns? Just they're going to lose against the Browns. So to be 7-3. Remember the Bengals ended the Bo Jackson jinx, and they'd be 7-3 when they face off against the Bengals. So I got the Seahawks against the Ravens in this one. Uh, it's just humiliation for Russell Wilson. And if they make this look real and it's not just point shaving, which the NFL would like to do, it's not point shaving or whatever, just laying down, make it look kind of real by having the Seahawks get off to a quick start. So that's my theory on that game as far as that goes. So I like the Seahawks. And let me take a last look at the playoff picture. Okay, now it looks refreshed. Now it looks like it had Kansas City in sixth place, and I tried to refresh the playoff standings before. So yeah, you look at that. Seventh place is 4-3, and the Browns can be 4-4. Then the Jets will win. The Texans are going to be the team that wins. Grounded out. Oh well. I took the Texas Rangers. They'll probably go perfect on the road. More to come on the end of that game and how it ties into the Cowboys, the Lakers, and the Yankees winning all in the same calendar year of 2024. Okay. I've seen the what I'm wanting to look for is I want to see something that's going to break apart. So remember with the Steelers game, it's Will Levis. That's Gamache 42. Steelers can improve to 4-2 against AFC. I didn't say 6 games. I said every game. I did all the games at the beginning. Go to the beginning. Home record sequence for Baltimore. Yeah, Seahawks. I'm rolling with the Hawks. There's one game I didn't mention. There's one game. Oh, Purdy, scrub quarterback. Brock Purdy, scrub quarterback. Yeah, you scrub quarterback. But the whole entire losing streak since Dallas, I think they go they're gonna be 1-3. They're gonna finally get a win for the first time in 4 weeks. San Fran. and Seattle both win in the same week, I will go 49ers because they got to make him look strong with Chase Young, but it's all a script. This team is fool's gold. They have zero chance of making it to the Super Bowl. They have zero chance of winning because this is how things are decided. People from California are not going to uh, dampen the profits of the biggest casinos. So, what I do like about the Niners improving to 6-3 is that's the Cowboys Super Bowl record is going to be 6-3. Also, don't forget, they face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next, and they're from the city of Tampa. The city of Tampa is come on to 6-3. Now that's where the Bucks are from. But the way the Mavericks are looking right now, they beat the Mavericks, Nuggets, like the Suns, and then the Celtics. They ever beat the Mavericks, Nuggets, Suns, and Celtics. So Jaguars fall to 6-3. They fall to uh, uh, they're at home. They're fall to 2-3 at home. It is Kittle that's Gamache 23. We'll see if Kittle scores a touchdown or not. But yeah, he's a scrub quarterback, but don't make the Niners look good this week. So I got the Niners in that game. That's the last game that I had to break down. So the Jaguars lost to the Texans. The Texans win and the Jaguars lose. And there is not too much of a margin. The Jaguars have won 5 straight games. It's San Francisco that's Camacho 50. So the Jaguars' winning streak is going to end at 5. Their winning streak is going to end. The Jaguars are going to fall to 6-3, and then it's all good the very next week against the Titans. So, yep, Niners are going to win that one. It'll probably be a home game too because they're going to, you know, the fans are just going to get outnumbered. So yeah, big week for the NFC West, and these are the picks for this week. It's a big week for NFC West for some odd reason, but the Panthers winning and the Cardinals winning too. It's like they're still number one in the draft order as far as I can tell. Which team would it be? Cardinals or Chicago? So both teams win. So they'll say, yeah, they're not taking, they're not taking, they're not taking, they're not taking. So these are the picks, and we'll see what happens. And then we'll do the live format for week 10 after the conclusion of this week's games.